Yes, I do both of those things, Fionn. Make lollipops lift with reduced scarring and mini tummy tuck. So basically, the thing here, Fionn, it's nobody wants scarring. Even if you're not a micropigmentation specialist, no one wants scarring. If you say to people, do you want a big long scar on your tummy and a scar around the nipple and down and also in the anchor, or do you want a little scar on your tummy and just a lollipop scar, or even just a circumareolar scar, just a circle around the nipple, because you can do a lift that way, a Benelli or circumareolar lift. Sorry. If you say just that, they'll say, well, I have less scarring, please. I'll have the shortest, I'll have a mini tummy tuck scar, and I'll have a, circumareolar or a lollipop scar, because I don't want more scarring. No one wants more scarring, and that's fine. You don't have to have more scarring. You can have less scarring. But the thing you've got to remember is that less scarring means less skin's removed, means less of a result. Because let's face it, let's be honest with ourselves, this surgery is basically skin removal surgery. It's skin tightening, it's body contouring surgery, and it's tightening the skin. That's why you need a breast lift. That's why you need a tummy tuck. You've got too much skin. The skin's been stretched either by pregnancy or weight loss, typically, and then the stretching force has gone and the skin hasn't recoiled. So there's too much skin. So you need to remove skin. The more skin you remove, the more scarring you get. The tighter and the more contoured your body is, but the more scarring. So yes, so yes, absolutely. Lollipop lift's great. Mini tummy tuck's great. The other thing I've got to be honest about the lollipop lift, in my hands, Fionn, I hope I'm saying it right there, Fionn, in my hands, and it's I find often with a lollipop, I think the lollipop really comes in if you're doing a lift with implants, because the implants are taking up some of the slack, and then you can adjust the amount of lift you do. But as a pure lift, I often find with a lollipop, at the bottom of the lollipop, you get a dog ear, because if you can get your head around this, I don't want to get too technical, but a lollipop lift is taking skin out from a side-to-side direction only. So it's a scar around the nipple and then straight down. So it's only taking skin out in a side-to-side direction. It's not taking any skin out in an up and down direction. So when you take it up in an up-down direction as well, then that's when you get the T, the anchor scar. So when you're just doing it in a side-to-side direction, if you look at a lateral view of the breast, if you look at how much skin there's often too much skin in an up-down direction as well as a side-to-side. So the side-to-side will narrow the breast, and the horizontal scar will take it from a in a vertical direction, in a sort of up-down direction. And so I often will put a little. So you often get a dog ear. You often get a dog ear at the bottom of the vertical scar. And so I will often, just at the end, convert to a short T. I'll just do a short T. So not quite as long as a full T, not like a breast reduction, big long T, but a short T. And basically, so I will usually, unless I'm doing a lift with implants, sometimes with a lift with implants, I'll just do a pure lollipop. But for a pure lift, and certainly for a reduction, I'll do a short T. And the length of the T will be dictated by the amount of skin you have to remove. The more skin you have to remove, the longer the T. So if it's, a breast reduction, there's a lot of skin, you might get a, full on anchor. If there's less skin, less T, less horizontal portion. But yeah, that's an issue, Fionn, in terms of scarring versus result. Similarly with a mini tummy tuck, mini tummy tuck, great, no scar around the belly button. Scar, if you've got a cesarean, it's just a bit longer than your cesarean scar, but it just really contours the skin above the pubic area. If you've got a cesarean scar and got a bit of an overhang above the cesarean scar, it's really good for fixing that. That's what it's really good for. It doesn't really contour the whole abdomen, and it certainly doesn't do anything above the belly button, because you're not making a scar on the belly button. So the belly button's a sort of anchored point. So you sometimes the belly button gets pulled down a bit, looks a bit pulled down, usually settles, but it just removes some skin below the belly button, and it doesn't remove any or contour anything above the belly button. And you certainly can't do anything with the muscles in terms of repairing the rectus muscles. with a mini tummy tuck. I say you certainly can't. You sort of can, but there's issues around it. So it's not a part of it. It's not a routine part of a mini tummy tuck doing anything to the muscles. So it's just for that bulge above the belly button.